opportunities, and that comes with a limited salary. But if you stays in India, that's really good range. Like on an average, I will give you a number. Obviously, quality analysts in content moderation are responsible for checking whether the moderator are following the policy guidelines correctly or not. Think of it as like moderators moderate content which has some harmful, like moderate harmful content, and then you again moderate that content, and you make sure the decisions are fair, consistent among the moderator. And the main thing here is to make sure that user remains safe, and the decision should not be biased. So that's the main description of this role. Guys, let me walk you through my day-to-day responsibilities. So first thing I do when I open my laptop is to arbitration. And arbitration is a part where there are cases which has misalignment between moderator and QA. Now you go through those cases and you give the verdict on those cases. And obviously you can't be biased here. You have to give a correct verdict on those cases, because that implicitly going to give feedback to a moderator or QA. If you think moderator are right, then it's a feedback for QA, and if you think QA is right, then you're going to give feedback to moderator. So that way you make a decision. Something I do is to do my own tasks, which is moderation. And before that, we distribute our videos equally among others QA. So we are like 7 people in my team, and we divide the numbers equally, and then we do those number. And after completion of those number, the third thing we do is the meeting. And the meeting here is regarding to policies alignment first within ourselves, because as a QA you might have different opinion and another have different opinion. So you see, like QAs itself have different opinions, so that will not going to help the organization. So we have to align ourselves with each other with the proper policy guidelines. You have some counterpoint, another QA has another counterpoint, so you come together. So that's why we have meeting. So you all QA come together and try to figure out the solution for this kind of issue, and then you start digging more, and then you come to a conclusion. And then when a conclusion is drawn, that set an alignment with ourselves. Now another meeting also going to happen, which is for the moderator. So first thing, we align ourselves, and another meeting is to align the moderator team. And trust me, to align moderator team is very difficult, because to be honest, I was also moderator, and I have moderated a lot of cases, and I know what like a lot of things about the policy guidelines, because I have been exposed to a lots of videos, while QA just get a portion of those videos and you just going to work on that. So you don't have much more wider visibility as a moderator. So aligning moderator is very difficult, but as a part of the job you have to do it, and you will do it in a way that they cannot deny your decision. Give them a proper feedback or proper training session. So that's our another role. And this does not happen on day-to-day basis, but weekly, twice or thrice it can happen based on the need for moderators. So we receive cases from the moderator team. The advisor from the moderator team gave us cases where they feel like they need much more clarity, and then we provided them. And on that meeting, we straight forward talk with the help of policy guidelines that this is the decision you have to make, and because of this in this particular policy. So that way we communicate each other. We are aligning internally ourselves, and then we have to align our moderator team as well, because if your moderator is not achieving their score, then you fail as a QA. It's not like only your individual score, it's also your moderator scores also matter here. So final thing I do is checking for user appeal. So let's say everyone come to a conclusion, and you have taken an action to that user. The action can be a temporary ban, permanent ban, 1-day ban, or like mute or shadow ban, something like that. So those are like guidelines there based on the policies violation. in that from the user, so they appeal for it. They think that I didn't violate any of your policies. So then those cases come, the user appeal cases come back to us, and then we again moderate those cases. Now let's talk about the necessary skills, the must-have skill to be a QA. The first thing is mastery at policy, because if you are not good at policy, then you are not going to make a good decision. So you need to know each and every thing mentioned in the policy, and as a human you might sometimes miss. That's why there is a scope of improvement every week. You are also human. I mean, sometimes you might feel a bit stressful. Sometimes you miss something which was very clearly cut. That's a part you need to learn from it. You can't repeat the mistake. Although that's why we are the second round. It's not like we are 100% correct. Sometimes we are also wrong, and we need to work on ourselves to improve that. And as no matter which role you are working on, if you will not going to continuously improve yourself, then there's no point of it. So that's first thing, have really good knowledge about all the policies in the policy guideline. The second thing I will say is about the data analytical skill. See, you as a QA, you are now open with lots of data, and you need to work on those data so that you can give a good visualization and communicate those decisions based on data. Because if you're going to just communicate verbally, there is no meaning of it. They will going to say you are just talking bullshit and anything to save you. But if your communication is backed up with data, then there is no one to question you. And as a QA, that's your main thing. You need to be so good with data that if someone has some issue with you, then you are able to show the why this is the issue, and these are my analysis, and you have to match those and present those. So you really need to be good with data analytics. And common example of it is using Excel spreadsheet, and although we have our internal tool, but that's for overall I'm saying. And third point, which is also again back up with the second point, is communication. Let's say you have made a great data analysis, you did a great data analysis and visualization, but now you are going to present it, and you are not good at communication, then no one will going to believe you. No one will going to understand it. So communication is also one of the key part of a quality analyst. Now let's talk about the challenges and in the QA. The first challenge is having different opinion in a case with your own team. So as a QA, although you might be correct, but another QA might think you are wrong, and then that creates a conflict. And as a QA, it's you need to move on with this. You in life also, we cannot make everyone happy. I'm here to do my job, and I will do it. No, if you think it's right, that's good. If you don't think, come with a valid reason, I will think of it. But if I'm thinking that is correct, then that is correct, because I'm not taking decision based on my mood. I'm taking decision based on what I have been taught and what are the policy guidance said. So that's the first thing. And trust me, it's happened a lot. We still enjoy, we still hang on, we just talk, but the deep inside, they might be a bit of fakeness. You can't make everyone happy, and just move with it. The second thing is second conflict I will think is with the moderation team. Is I genuinely respect moderator, because it's not that I came here from moderator from while being a moderator, but trust me, more than a QA, moderator has the knowledge of policies, because they are working 8 hours, 7-8 hours. They are just doing this, but we are only moderating for 2 or 3 hours, and then doing other additional tasks on that, which is our main responsibility. But the updates here overnight as well sometimes, so there are new updates coming here and there. That's also create confusion, and on top of that, you need to align the whole team of moderation with yourself. Is the biggest headache of a quality analyst. So because no matter if you are achieving a score, if your moderation team is not achieving, then there is no meaning of it, guys. So that's very hectic. Let's talk about the career opportunity in quality analysis. Well, there's a lot. The first thing is I have talked with a recent QA who turned to be the partner success analyst, so PSA. Now he moved from QA to PSA. As a QA, he was only working with moderation and in-house tip. Now as a PSA, he is working with the entire partner team. See, like how much of a big responsibility is to align the whole partner team. Everything that the partner need goes from him. So that's one like another role, and another role is subject matter expert in QA itself. So from QA you can become QA subject matter expert. Another thing is there is a room of opportunity for team lead, because as a quality analyst you are actually managing the moderation side and the partner side along with the moderation itself, but that open a door for being a team lead to explore much more of data analytics job, because QA does involve data analytical skills. So if you are like if you want to go really deep into data, then you can, because you have that liberty as a QA. If I am doing something for quality, then my team lead or anyone has to provide me data, and then I can work on it and provide them solutions. So you keep on upscaling yourself in data, and then there's obviously room for opportunity on that. Alright guys, let's talk about salary. So as I told you, there is a really good room of opportunity, but that doesn't mean a QA will going to start with a really low range. QA does have really good packages, and especially in India, although like in India what's the scene is, you all know India is a bit cheap labor for organization who aren't been established global, like, so that's why there are lots of opportunities, and that comes with a limited salary. But if you stays in India, that's really good range. Like on an average, I will give you a number. Obviously it might not be correct, and the number goes from like a QA earns around like 5 to 9 LPA. So how you can become a QA? I already mentioned the key skills that you need to be QA, so you can work on that. And if you are already a moderator, then you need to present yourself in a way that by taking extra responsibility, by working much more or handling a bit of data from your own team and present it to team lead, so that interest, like you actually think that I can do beyond this role. The main problem I see with moderators, because like this is like a breeze, like from moderator you become QA, but few people directly become QA, but unless they don't have a background experience, then they can't. So it's a second step. And I have seen a lot of moderator who just come, just moderate and go, and you really think you're going to become a QA or you will going to become a successful with that? No. And trust me, like when I was also a moderator, I have been working with most of my time was dedicated to moderation, but in that time also I somehow do some extra work, so try to allocate data, try to present something, try to show curiosity, like I want to do this, that I please give me data, I want to present you this, because I'm much more like kind of a person who want to grow. Like I just can't I can't do a job repeatedly for 2-3 years, and moderation is something that is very repetitive with update coming every week or daily depending on the trend. But like now as a QA, I might be new, but that's why it's great curiosity. But when I feel like okay, I'm doing this repeatedly, then I again feel like okay, I'm stuck. I again start going to explore other opportunities. But as current situation, I'm loving it. And if you genuinely think you have the skill, please try for QA role, because QA make your like thought process a bit differently. You start being open, you start think a lot, and then you start exploring yourself more, and you start upscaling yourself more, which is very important in this current market. You just can't be static. You can't just do a work again and again and get a salary month at the end and feel good about it. That's not the current like generation is going on. Please work on yourself. So that's will be my suggestion. And yeah guys, I'm talking a lot. I mean, I don't know what you feel about this. I'm just being unfiltered by myself. So that's all about this video. If you think it's good for you, if you think it add value to you, then make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel for more.